Hagia Sophia. Its meaning is holy wisdom. With its hidden passages, mysterious symbols, strange angel depictions, and legends connected to many different beliefs, it still remains a giant mystery today. Prepare yourself for a 1,500-year-old journey. During its construction, 10,000 workers labored for 5 years. When it was opened for worship in 537 AD, it became the largest temple ever built up to that time. It is even said that Emperor Justinian, referring to Solomon's temple in Jerusalem, declared, "O Solomon, I have surpassed you." For many years, people claimed there was an underground tunnel network beneath Hagia Sophia. In 1998, these tunnels were entered for the first time and officially documented. The tunnels truly turned out to be part of a fascinating labyrinth, so fascinating that they were even featured in Dan Brown's novels. Some sections of the tunnels are so narrow that you have to crawl to move forward. As you go deeper, you encounter larger chambers, hidden communication rooms, mysterious tombs whose owners are still unknown, and crypt rooms. One of the most unsettling aspects of these tunnels is that if you lose your direction 30 to 40 meters beneath the ground, finding your way back may become nearly impossible. No one fully knows how far these tunnels extend today, because many secret passages were sealed during the months when the city was under siege by the Turks. In Dan Brown's novel Inferno, there is a line that says, "Seek the treacherous Doge of Venice, the one who severed the heads from horses." Who was this treacherous Doge? That man was Henricus Dandolo. He captured Constantinople in 1204, 250 years before the Ottomans did. Today, his tomb is located inside Hagia Sophia, and while walking there, you may unknowingly be stepping over his remains. Inside Dandolo's tomb were also his personal belongings and armor. As many know, Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror was a great admirer of paintings and especially valued Italian artists. He even gifted Dandolo's armor and some of his belongings to the Italian painter Bellini, who painted his famous portrait. What you are seeing here is a seraphim angel. It would be difficult to describe its expression as loving. Before its face was covered, the last people to see it openly were Sultan Abdülmecid and the Swiss architect Gaspare Fossati during the restoration works. The six-winged seraphim angel is believed to be one of the guardians of heaven. The most disturbing detail about the angel is that no matter where you stand, it feels as if it is staring directly into your eyes. According to Evliya Çelebi's travel writings, many of these images were still uncovered during his time, and viewers were said to bite their fingers in astonishment. But have you ever heard that Istanbul supposedly possesses 15 magical talismans? Over time, the Romans placed mystical talismans throughout the city for various purposes. For example, the Column of Constantine, known today as Çemberlitaş, is believed to be one of them, as is the Column of Arcadius. According to Evliya Çelebi, the fairy-faced statue atop one of these columns would scream once a year, causing all nearby birds to die. Of course, it's important to remember that Evliya Çelebi often blended mythology with reality in his writings. Another important talisman, known as Istanbul's 14th talisman, is a 4-column monument inside Hagia Sophia, bearing reliefs of Azrael, Gabriel, Israfil, and Michael. According to the legend, when Gabriel flaps his wings, abundance comes to the east. When Israfil flaps his wings, famine strikes the west. When Michael flaps his wings, a hero rises from the north. And when Azrael flaps his wings, plague spreads across the world. But here's where things become even stranger. These talismans are believed to have been built upon ley lines. Ley lines are thought to be invisible magnetic energy lines crossing the Earth, similar to parallels and meridians, associated with both positive and negative energies. The Great Pyramids of Giza, many ancient temples, and Istanbul's talismans are all believed to sit upon these ley lines. What makes this even more mysterious is that the concept of ley lines was only first discussed in the 1920s. Yet many ancient temples connected to these lines were built thousands of years ago by pagan civilizations. So, how did they know? Hagia Sophia was built as a Christian temple, yet it is obvious that its builders had not completely abandoned pagan beliefs. For example, you can still find depictions of Poseidon's trident carved into certain parts of the structure, believed to protect the building from earthquakes. There is also a depiction of the Holy Grail inside the temple. The Holy Grail is one of Christianity's greatest legends, and some believe it was hidden inside Hagia Sophia, or even that Hagia Sophia itself represents the Holy Grail. Hagia Sophia is not merely a place of worship, it is a system of symbols. Its architecture was designed in the shape of a square, symbolizing Earth and the physical world. In many mosaics, holy figures are shown standing upon square platforms. This symbolizes, "My feet are on earth, but my head is in heaven," and the dome itself represents the sky embracing the world. Look closely here. There is writing carved into the marble. For centuries, both Byzantines and Ottomans thought these were merely cracks in the stone, but in reality it says, "Halfdan was here." Halfdan was a Viking commander who came to Constantinople. He was most likely pagan. Perhaps bored during a Christian ceremony, he carved those words into the marble with his knife, and they can still be read today. There are also countless false legends surrounding Hagia Sophia. Since we are exploring its mysteries, examining these myths helps us maintain a balanced understanding. One widespread belief claims that Hagia Sophia's doors were built using wood from Noah's Ark. In reality, most of the wood used in Hagia Sophia came from oak trees imported from North Africa. These legends survived not only among Byzantine Orthodox Christians but also among Muslims. Another story says that Hagia Sophia was completed in just 5 years because supernatural beings, giants, fairies, and jinn helped the workers. According to the legend, under the command of Prophet Solomon, these beings carried colorful marble columns from the mythical Mount Kaf to build Hagia Sophia. One giant supposedly struck the marble and said, "Let my mark remain here forever." And people claim that imprint can still be seen today. However, similar handprints and footprints appear in many ancient monuments. These were often remnants of pagan traditions or symbolic signatures made by emperors during construction. So in reality, there were no giants, fairies, or mythical mountains involved. Another myth claims that during the years of Prophet Muhammad's birth, Hagia Sophia's dome kept collapsing. Byzantine envoys supposedly traveled to Mecca seeking help. The prophet allegedly gave them soil mixed with his saliva and instructed them to use it in the construction, making the dome unbreakable forever. But the historical reality is quite different. The Hagia Sophia we see today is actually the third Hagia Sophia built on that site. 2 earlier versions had been heavily damaged by riots and fires. The current Hagia Sophia was completed in 537 AD. 21 years later, in 558 AD, part of the dome collapsed and was rebuilt. That reconstruction became the final major dome construction, long before the birth of Prophet Muhammad. Another popular myth claims that the number of doors inside Hagia Sophia changes every time someone counts them. In truth, every door in Hagia Sophia has been carefully cataloged and regularly maintained. For 1,000 years, this magnificent structure hosted the coronations of emperors. Today, it is recognized as one of the greatest architectural masterpieces in the world. More than 3 million visitors come every year to witness one of history's greatest surviving monuments. If you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram. Enjoy the video.